Hello friends, I am Dr. P. K. Paul. Welcome to my channel. Let's think differently and change our lives. So, friends, today I read the book, What Your Doctor Doesn't Know About Nutritional Medicine May Be Killing You. Before to begin today's video, I inform you that the link of others chapter of this book is given at description. You may watch this. So, let's go to start. Introduction. Physicians are disease-oriented. We study disease. We look for disease. We are pharmaceutically trained to treat disease. And in order to do so, we know our drugs. In medical school we study pharmacology and learn how the body absorbs each drug, and when and how the body excretes it. We know which drugs disrupt certain chemical pathways to create a therapeutic effect. We learn the side effect profiles of drugs, and we work carefully to balance the benefits against any potential danger. Physicians know their drugs and don't hesitate to prescribe them. Consider for a moment the number of drugs that our patients are taking for high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, diabetes mellitus, arthritis, heart disease, and depression, to name just a few. As a result of the discovery and use of antibiotics in the war against infectious disease, our philosophy in medicine has become, attack disease. The medical community has carried this aggressive attitude and approach into the 21st century in the attempt to treat all the various chronic degenerative diseases. A study estimates that in 1997, pharmacies filled more than 2.5 billion retail prescriptions in the United States alone. The sale of prescription drugs has more than doubled in just the past 8 years. In 1990, Americans spent $37.7 billion on prescriptions. In 1997, that spending increased to $78.9 billion. Prescription drugs have been the fastest growing portion of healthcare costs over the past decade, rising at the rate of about 17% per year, well above the average rate of inflation. Physicians and insurance companies have placed all their hopes in drugs as the way to approach and hopefully slow down this epidemic of chronic degenerative disease, much to the delight of the pharmaceutical industry. Yes, we love our drugs. I have not met a person yet who does not want to have excellent health. Most of us assume that we always will. But the truth is that many of us, doctors included, are losing our health each day. I know, because healthcare is my job. Every day of my career involves informing patients that they have lost their health in one aspect or another. One patient may have developed diabetes or maybe degenerative arthritis. Another patient may have just suffered a heart attack or stroke. Still another may have to be told that he has metastatic cancer and has only a few months to live. Everyone desires to maintain or regain his health, but he does not always know what he needs to do to achieve that goal. Because physicians are disease and drug-oriented, we spend most of our time and effort trying to identify a disease process so we can prescribe a drug or treatment plan for our patient. Even Jesus made the statement, "It is not those who are healthy who need a physician, but those who are sick." Yet it just makes common sense that it is much easier to maintain our health than to try to regain it after it has been lost. Prevention of disease should be the first order of business for any physician. But to whom do you actually turn when you want to learn about the best way to protect your health? Is your doctor providing you with this information? The medical community gives plenty of lip service to preventive medicine, and even names its leading medical insurance plans HMOs, health maintenance organizations. By all appearances, preventive medicine seems to be a top priority. Yet less than 1% of our healthcare dollars are spent on so-called preventive medicine. In reality, the majority of our preventive medicine programs simply attempt to detect disease earlier. For example, mammograms, chemistry profiles, and PSA tests for prostate cancer are all designed to detect a problem or cancer as early as possible. Doctors want to know if you have elevated cholesterol, whether you have become diabetic or developed hypertension. But they spend very little time trying to help the patient understand the lifestyle changes that are necessary to actually protect his or her health. Physicians are too busy treating all the disease they face each day. Are you aware that less than 6% of graduating physicians receive any formal training in nutrition? And I would boldly state that few physicians receive training in medical school in regard to nutritional supplementation. This was certainly true in my case. Nothing curls a physician's toes more readily than the moment his patient asks if he should be taking nutritional supplements. I've used all the patented answers in the past. They're just snake oil. Vitamins just make expensive urine. You can get all the required nutrients by eating the right foods. If my patients persisted, I told them nutritional supplements probably would not hurt them, but they should take the cheapest ones they could find because vitamins most likely wouldn't help much either. Maybe you have heard some of these same comments from your physician. For the first 23 years of my clinical practice, I simply did not believe in nutritional supplements. During the past 7 years, however, I have reconsidered my position based on recent studies published in the medical literature. What I found is so astonishing. I have changed the course of my medical practice. I have converted. Why aren't more doctors responding to nutrition as I have? First, physicians must be skeptical in order to protect their patients against any scheme or product that could be harmful to their health. Believe me, I have seen plenty of gimmicks and quackery peddled to my patients. Physicians must rely on scientific research studies conducted through double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials, the standard in clinical medicine. Because I know it's the most effective evidence available, I present only clinical trial study results in this book. Most of the medical studies I offer here are not from abstract or alternative journals. Instead, I have painstakingly researched mainstream, credible medical journals that the medical community greatly respects, such as the New England Journal of Medicine, Journal of the American Medical Association, British Lancet, and many others. Another reason doctors haven't accepted the nutritional supplement idea as good preventive medicine is that most practicing physicians don't fully understand the cause of degenerative diseases. Those who do often feel this is an interesting subject for the biochemist and scientific researchers, but it has little in the way of practical use in clinical medicine. An apparent chasm exists between the research scientist and the practicing physician. Even though research scientists are making tremendous discoveries into the root causes of these diseases, very few physicians are applying this science to their patients. Doctors simply wait until patients develop one of these diseases and then begin to treat it. Physicians seem content to allow the pharmaceutical companies to determine new therapies as they develop new drugs. But as you will learn throughout this book, it is our own bodies that are the best defense against developing a chronic degenerative disease, not the drugs doctors can prescribe. Though most physicians do not yet well understand the concepts present here, the facts remain. As I have applied these principles in treating my patients, the results have been nothing short of amazing. I have been involved with numerous patients with multiple sclerosis who have gone from being wheelchair-bound to walking again. I have helped patients with cardiomyopathy get off the heart transplant list. Some cancer patients have gone into remission. Patients with macular degeneration have had significant visual improvement, and fibromyalgia patients have gotten their lives back. Nutritional medicine is common sense, mainstream, preventive medicine. In this age of biochemical research, we are now able to determine what is happening in every part of each cell, and the very essence of degenerative diseases is now coming to light. As such, I recommend this book to physicians who are willing to look objectively at medical evidence. If you are a patient, don't expect your physician to jump onto the bandwagon immediately. Vitamins are a hot issue within the medical field. What your doctor doesn't know is, as I said, the outcome of more than 7 years of personal research into the medical literature as it pertains to nutritional medicine. I wasn't immediately convinced either. Nutritional medicine is foreign to most physicians as well as the public, this is true. But the verdict is in, what your doctor doesn't know about nutritional medicine may be killing you. The good news is that you do not have to be a physician to start practicing nutritional medicine. You, the patient, can become proactive about preserving the health you have. A converted doctor. I know that you probably have never heard of me. Why should you take the word of some doctor who practices medicine in a small city in the Midwest? Good question. That's why I want you to read every page in this book. I want you to undertake a journey similar to mine. Let me show you the same medical evidence that made me believe that vitamin supplements can protect and improve health. Please do read or at least scan the entire book. I know the temptation is to jump ahead to the specific chapter that discusses your health problem. But it is important that you become aware of the foundational information on how your body functions and what it needs to protect itself and become or stay healthy. One final request, since it's your health and life that are at stake, I encourage you to hear me out and withhold judgment. All I ask is that you be an open-minded skeptic, the kind of seeker I was when I first discovered this wondrous form of preventive medicine. I had to humble myself a bit to learn that even though I was a good doctor, I had much to learn about health. Are you willing to do the same?